Toshiba Copier or Power BZ, or visit them at powercopiers.com. Here's your host, Scott Marsh, alongside the high flyer, Henry Turner.
And a very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome inside Golden One Center, Game 2 of the Western Conference Round 1 playoffs about ready to get going. Kings and Warriors, Sacramento with the 1-0 lead. That unbelievable, dramatic win on Saturday night. A game for the ages at Golden One Center. Anybody who was here, anybody who was watching that on national TV on Saturday night, it was a night that will not soon be forgotten. Sacramento got the job done. They held on late. They survived a late Steph Curry three-point attempt, and the Kings win that game 126-123 to hold home court advantage, setting up a chance to do something to the Warriors that they have never had happen to them in the Steph Curry, Klay Thompson era, and that's fall behind 2-0 in a playoff series. So much going on. Again, outside, it is lit in the Doco area as people are celebrating, loving what's going on in the town of Sacramento, and about ready to enter Golden One Center for tonight's game. Scott Marsh with the high flyer here. And Henry, I am still trying to process everything from Saturday night. It feels like a quick turnaround. I know it's been 2 days, but I'm still kind of basking in what I watched on Saturday night and just trying to put it all together. It was a night for the ages.
Well, yes, it was, Scott. I mean, number one, I'm done basking in it. I think I was done after that night because I understand the task at hand, and it's a long one. It's a tedious one. It's going to take a lot of hard work. But I'll tell you what, I like what I saw out of the whole organization. I like what I saw with the owners, the way they set everything up around here. I like what I saw with Mike Brown and his coaching staff, the way they coached that basketball team. I like what I saw out of each and every last player. And most importantly, Scott, I loved what I saw from each and every Sacramento King fan. The fans showed up and they showed out.
It was a whiteout on Saturday. It's a whiteout again tonight. The Raleigh towels are in full force here. The field of war, white towels on every seat as the doors have been open and players and their fans will start piling in here. Both teams getting their warm-ups in. You know, one of the things we were concerned about on Saturday afternoon is just how much blue and gold we'd see in the building. Well, we didn't have to worry about it. It was a large Kings crowd with very little blue and gold.
Very little. And when you say very, I'm talking about a smidget. Scott, we've been doing this for a very long time, and the Golden State Warriors, they're in our division, so we get to see them at least 4 times a year. I want to say Saturday was the first time I have ever watched Steph Curry come out and do his pre-game workout. Nobody said a word, no cheers, no nothing. And then when the Golden State Warriors took the floor, not one cheer of "Let's go Warriors." Didn't hear none of that. It was all Kings, and I loved it.
No doubt about it. Steph not out on the floor at the moment. Jordan Poole's out warming up. He twisted his ankle on Saturday night. He's listed as questionable. Have not heard a game-time decision on Jordan Poole.
Yeah. You know,
that means he's playing, pretty much.
When you see a guy out doing this type of workout, you know, he's not doing nothing very, strenuous or nothing, but definitely getting the footwork in, getting the jump shots up. He's going.
Yeah.
He's definitely going.
Yeah, he definitely tweaked it pretty good. Got entangled with Davion Mitchell and wrapped that right ankle pretty hard. We will see as we get closer to game time. Henry and I will take you until 6:30 if you're coming out to the game. If you're one of the lucky ones, you're in for a treat tonight. It'll be Kings Live pregame at 6:30. And again, G-Man with the call at 7 o'clock tonight. And again, it was so much fun to hear the calls of Gary Gerald after the game, getting a chance to just relive some of the highlights through our great Gary Gerald.
It was, man. I mean, it was just a great night, Scott. You know, it was the trifecta. You know, the Kings breaking the record, number 1, all right? The Kings winning the game, number 2. And then it was Saturday night at Doco, and It was great weather. It all came together to make for a wonderful night.
It was a party zone outside. The beam was lit, and everybody was basking in a Kings victory. Again, 126-123. The Kings got down a couple of times by double digits in that third quarter, but it was Trey Lyles in that late third quarter. I mean, we talk about Fox's 38 Monk with 32. They were amazing, but to me, it was Trey Lyles and that 10-point spurt he had late in the third that got the Kings back in it.
Well, Scooter, since you're just trying to trump my analyst situation here, I'm going to tell you where the game really got intricate.
Yes.
It's when he brought Alex Lynn into the basketball game, and Alex Lynn started blocking shots. He started protecting the rim. He started making the Warriors change their shots. And then on the offensive end, they were finding Alex Lynn straight at the basket for slam dunks.
Yeah, and
that changed the game big time.
Agreed, and had that great block shot on Green. We talked about it. We didn't know if we'd see a lot of Alex Len just because of the way the Warriors play and the size factor. But we also knew that Mike Brown was getting Alex Len ready for the playoffs late in the year. So I guess it should not have been too surprising.
Well, Scott, we still didn't see a whole bunch of Alex Len. But when we did see him, he definitely put his mark and put his stamp on the game, getting block shots, getting rebounds, changing the way that the Golden State Warriors were getting to the basket. That's what the Kings has been needed. And we talk about on the defensive end, well, he's one of their best defensive guys.
No doubt. And really, it was the reserves who kept the Kings in it, especially in the first half. The Kings, in my opinion, came out a little tight. It wasn't just that they weren't shooting the ball well. They, for an obvious reason, their first time in the playoffs in front of this huge home crowd, the environment could not have been any better. And I thought the Kings were a little tight getting into it on the Saturday.
Well, I mean, Scott, if you really want to keep it 100, the Kings didn't particularly shoot the basketball well, and especially the starters. The starters didn't shoot the ball well in the first half. The Kings went in at the first half. They were shooting like in the 20s from the three ball, from behind the arc. So at the end of the day, the second half, they really picked it up. And I want to say it was the bench that came in and started knocking down threes. Davion Mitchell might have hit the first one.
He did. That was a big three.
Yeah, and then Trey Lyles came in and knocked down a couple. And I think Harrison Barnes might have been the first starter to knock down a three-pointer.
No doubt. We talked about Trey Lyles, and we both thought he'd be valuable as that second big man off the bench. We did see Len, but Lyles was spectacular. 16 points, 4 3-pointers. He was 6 of 8 from the floor, 6 rebounds, and he was awesome on Saturday.
Scott, when you can get a guy to come off your bench and give you that type of productivity, yes, we know what Sabonis can do. We know how dangerous De'Aaron is. But when you have Malik Monk that's just driving to the basket, scoring at will, and then when you want to go small, right, you put Trey Lyles in, and Trey Lyles stretches the floor better than any other big man in the league. Now it's wide open. It's pick your poison. Are you going to let Harrison Barnes and De'Aaron get downhill, Malik Monk get downhill? And when you do collapse, you kick out to Trey Lyles, and he's knocking down an open three.
No doubt. And obviously for Sabonis, he struggled at least shooting the ball. He had his traditional double-double, 16 rebounds, just 12 points, 5 of 17 from the floor. Was that just a one-game aberration for Domas?
Scott, let me tell you how spoiled we have gotten with Mr. Sabonis. You just said out of your mouth, this man had a double-double but struggled. How can you put those two words together?
But he did struggle shooting the ball. He did.
He struggled shooting the ball, true, but a double-double, Scott. See, we are so enamored with watching this dude fall down and get a triple-double.
The standard is high.
That when he gets a double-double, oh, man, you struggled. Maybe what happened to you?
Did you feel like he was a little tentative offensively?
No. I think it was a situation to where he took some shots didn't fall, but other guys were rolling so good, Scott. That's where you really have to be careful when you are a starter and you are a main guy. But Malik Monk and Trey, they came in rolling so hard. You like, okay, fellas, y'all might not need me tonight. Y'all can get it done. Go ahead.
Yeah. And obviously they were playing off of him. Kayvon Looney was just sitting, packing it in inside the lane. Domas didn't shoot a lot of elbow jumpers. We'll see if that's an adjustment tonight for Sacramento. Obviously, for the Warriors, they're going to have to make an adjustment on Fox and Monk. They went a little box and one on Monk and left Fox open, and Fox went off for 29 second-half points.
And see, that's the beauty of this team when you talk about pick your poison. When you have so many offensive weapons, think about it. The Golden State Warriors went up 10. They gave the Kings a huge punch. They went up 10. The Kings answered right back.
Yeah.
And think about it. Neither Herter or the rookie had a good shooting night. Both of those guys struggle. Both of those guys usually be able to knock down some threes at some particular point. The Kings were still able to win that game, but two of their starters struggled from beyond arc.
They did, and we'll see how game 2 changes. All right, let's talk about the most obvious thing. It was Fox and Monk that carried the Kings in that second half. De'Aaron Fox, second most points in a debut first game in a playoffs with 38 points. Malik Monk tying the Kings record, 14 of 14 from the free throw line, 32 points, the most off the bench for a reserve in a playoff game, first time. They were absolutely sensational. And one of the things we thought was going to happen, we thought that the Warriors would certainly double team De'Aaron late in the game, try to get the ball out of his hands. We never really saw that on Saturday.
We didn't. We saw the boxing one with Malik, and I was shocked that they really wanted to do that with Malik, but Malik was hurting them at such a vast rate that they had to do something to try to slow him down. And think about it. When you get Malik Monk to come off your bench and give you that type of productivity, and now De'Aaron Fox is a second option?
Hard to believe.
Now it's over because they can't stop De'Aaron one-on-one, and you already have one guy, maybe one and a half, designated to Malik.
Yeah, it was shocking to see the box and one. Not that we saw, but it wasn't against De'Aaron, but that's what Malik Monk warranted because he was just that good on Saturday. All right, end of the game. Did you think we were going to overtime when Curry let it go? Yeah, I sure did.
Definitely did. Because I'll tell you what, that play, I've seen hundreds and hundreds of last-second shots to where you can get an attempt up. That play worked to perfection.
Yes, it did.
When Steph Curry got that ball, I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Yep.
And when he shot it, he was by himself and could have knocked it down. It just didn't fall.
It didn't fall. It was just that type of night for the Kings. A magical, magical day here at Golden One Center, the first playoff game ever in this building. And it could not have been any more exciting, any more thrilling, or any better the outcome for the Kings. They win it 126-123. Game night underway. We're live from the Golden One Center. When we come back, we'll focus in on the Warriors and what we might see from the champs tonight. What adjustments are they going to be looking to make? We'll try and get you an update on Jordan Poole as well. Game night is always brought to you by our good friends at Power Business Technology. Experience for yourself how the Power of Family can help you with all your business copier needs. Give them a call today, 1-844-POWER-BZ, or go to powercopiers.com. Power Business Technology, they will be in the house tonight rooting on the Kings. More of Game Night right here, Sactown Sports, 1140.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports. They're in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. Shop Folsom Lake Ford, your truck headquarters, right here in Sacramento for your favorite Ford models at good, fair prices. Short on cash? Buy any new Ford with zero down. Save big with low interest finance rates. Plus, Folsom Lake Ford is paying top dollar for all trades. We want your vehicle regardless of mileage or condition. This could be the best time to buy a new Ford. Check out the huge inventory online at folsomlakeford.com or stop by the dealership and see the most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 30 years. FolsomLakeFord.com.
Zero down with approved credit.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do, go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now. today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered FlexSteel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. msautogroup.com.
Welcome back to the game night. Coming to you live from the Golden One Center. Scott Marsh along with the high flyer Henry Turner. Everybody's starting to move towards the court for the fans that are walking in. And there's always one reason for that. Steph Curry getting his warm-up on. And, of course, we know his warm-up routine second to none in the league. And he's going to have it going tonight if the Warriors are going to get a game on the road here. And again, in the Steph Curry era, it's unbelievable, high flyer, but they have never been down 2-0 in a playoff series. And they have 27 straight playoff series with a road win with this group of Green, Thompson, and Curry.
That's crazy, Scott. You know, to understand that this team has been that dominant and they still have the exact same components pretty much that they had from day one, you know, but at the end of the day, my mom has always said, all good things shall come to an end.
Your mom is a wise woman, so she knows what she's talking about. Let's talk Warriors now. Adjustments for them here in game two. I mean, I think first and foremost, I would be shocked. I said this before Saturday's game, but I'd be shocked if they don't throw double teams at De'Aaron Fox at some point tonight.
I would be too. I would be very, very shocked if you don't see at least a boxing one or double team when De'Aaron Fox has the ball. I expect to see the Warriors go into a zone a little bit. You know, I mean, it definitely wouldn't have helped them out last game because everybody was knocking down threes.
Yep.
Now, I will say this. If we can get the exact same contribution off the bench every single night the way we got Saturday night, Kings win this series easily.
Yeah, no, the Kings bench was great, and that was without seeing Kessler Edwards or TD.
Right. So I'm saying if they can get that type of productivity off the bench every night, get that consistent, it's just a whole different series for this team.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, other things for the Warriors tonight. I think Draymond Green's going to step up the mental warfare as well.
I don't know about the mental warfare, but I think that he's going to be a whole lot physical. A lot more physical down low. You know, we saw him and Sabonis get tangled up just a little bit.
It was a wrestling match down there.
You know, I mean, for him, it's just a little bit. But I definitely think that as far as getting rebounds and guys coming downhill, getting to the basket, I think the Golden State Warriors as a team, they're going to definitely step up the intensity on the defensive side.
Yeah, they're going to have to. No question about that. They gave up 71 points in the second half. And even for the Golden State Warriors, that won't get it done no matter how good offensively they are. And that's been their issue why they haven't been a good road team. They haven't been a good defensive team on the road. And that's been their Achilles heel all season long.
And when you talk about, you letting teams score at will, well, the Sacramento Kings aren't the right team that you want to go up against when you are not playing your best basketball on the defensive side. The Kings can score with the best of them. They have the number one offense in the league for a reason. Each and every last one of these guys coming off this bench can score big time. So if you're not going to play defense and you're going to let the Kings score as much as Golden State has, I don't think they have enough to keep up.
Yeah, pace of play. Mike Brown was interviewed during one of the timeouts on the national TV broadcast. He's like, pace, 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 and let it fly.
Let it go.
And certainly the Kings, they want to get out and run again tonight, particularly on missed baskets.
That's their style of play. And don't change up anything. If the Warriors are going to let you play King-style basketball, they're playing right into your hands. Now, what the Kings don't want to do is they don't want to get caught up in a Golden State Warrior-type game.
Yep.
As long as they can do what they do on the offensive end, I think they'll be in good shape.
How'd you feel about the Kings on their defensive side?
I thought they showed up. I mean, here's the problem with that, Scott. Steph is Steph. Clay is Clay. And even when you have Wiggins out there and Poole, those guys can score, man. I don't care what you do. Steph Curry hit one three-pointer over in this corner right here that I'm pointing at. He hit one three-pointer, and we couldn't even see him. De'Aaron was draped all over the top of him, and that three-pointer just went in. You are guarding very elite three-point scorers, so they're going to score. And I honestly thought that the Kings definitely put the effort in.
Yeah, that three ball was silly, too, because, I mean, it literally was a Larry Bird over the backboard type of shot.
Yes. And it was all net, didn't touch no parts of the rim, but that's what Steph Curry can do. He's proven time and time again that he is that guy. So you have to live with that.
Yep, the Warriors put up 50 three balls on Saturday night. Speaking of 50, he was in the house as well, along with a lot of other stars. It was good to see some of the old guard Kings players, some of your guys. Along with Jay Will and Vlade, of course, and Harold Presley was in the house. It was just a great celebration from that standpoint as well.
Yeah, Jason Thompson was the one that really
that's right, Jay Thompson too, yep.
We haven't seen JT in years, man, so to see Jason Thompson, I was like, okay, they going in deep. They bringing out some of the old archives.
Yeah, no, they did. They went back for sure. If you're Steve Kerr, obviously you want to stop fouling quite as much. You can't give up 14 free throws to Malik Monk.
And if you're Steve Kerr, you're telling your basketball team it's imperative. We cannot turn the baskall over and let the Kings score 14 points off of your turnovers. That's huge.
Yeah, and that's been another problem with the Warriors all season long. They're 30th in turnovers.
They've been turnover prone.
They have.
So once again, kind of like the Sacramento Kings, Scott, if the Kings are going to give Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors second chances at knocking down a three, that's like cutting your throat. You might as well just go home. If the Golden State Warriors are going to turn the basketball over at a very high rate to the Sacramento Kings, that's like cutting your throat. You just can't do that with either one of these teams.
You can't do it. Speaking of shaky starts, Keegan Murray, it was a shaky rookie debut for him. 2 points. He was 1 of 5 floor, played just 16 minutes, and Mike Brown kind of went away from him in the second half.
Yeah, he did. I don't think it's no slight to Keegan. He just didn't get it going. But like I said, the guys coming off the bench played so well, you had to let those guys play. And Trey Lyles plays the same position as Keegan.
Yep.
So Trey Lyles was knocking it down at a very high rate, so you had to let that guy play.
No doubt. It was Malik Monk's night, and I think he showed the nation why he should have been at least a finalist for the 6th Man of the Year. I mean, I understand it might be Quigley who gets it with the Knicks. He's had an outstanding year. That's fine. But Malik Monk should have been one of the 3 finalists.
No doubt, Scott, if not a front runner. But, that's one of those things to where we know it's a popularity vote, and it's all about where you play at as a region. So, Quigley's in New York.
Yep.
New York is playing good basketball. They want New York to be relevant again. He gets a better look.
How about the Knicks? They get a road win to open up their series against Cleveland on Saturday. When we come back, we're going to look at all the other playoffs over the weekend. The Clippers with a huge win in Phoenix. The Lakers on the road beat Memphis. John Morant injured. Giannis injured. Miami winning. Already some series topsy-turvy. We'll break that all down when we come back. It's game night. It's brought to you by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. If you have a heart of service and you want to do something good for the kids in our community, consider Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So many kids being raised by single parents who could use outside mentorship. Perhaps that could be you. Give them a call, 916-646-9300, or visit bbbs-sac.org to learn more about being a volunteer mentor. More of Game Night coming to you live from the Golden One Center, a very special playoff edition right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together. But let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Kevin Lewis of National Garage Door. Whether you need to repair a broken spring, install a new opener, or buy a quality Rainer door, National Garage Door is here for you. Call us today to see how we can transform your house with a new garage door.
638-4554 National Garage Door.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Skeeter here, Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. Hey, it's my favorite week of the year, Mosquito Awareness Week. Yep, the spring and warm weather means the little suckers are starting to breed and bite. Gotcha. So it's time to fight the bite. Once a week, drain standing water from flower pots, bird baths, dog dishes, and at dawn and dusk, start using insect repellent outside and wear long clothes, because these skeeters are out for blood.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite. For more information, go to fightthebite.net.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916. This is Sactown Sports.
Hi, this is Henry Turner, a.k.a. the High Flyer. I've done a lot of amazing things on the basketball floor, but now it's your turn to be amazing. For more than 55 years, Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento has helped out the youth beat many odds. Too many littles, especially boys, are still waiting for volunteers, Big Brothers. Volunteers to spend at least 4 to 6 hours a month with local youth who needs guidance and support. So donate your time to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the greater Sacramento area. Get involved. It's easy as a layup. Call 916-646-9300.
Selling your home can be stressful. Scott Marsh here to tell you about Bridgehaven Homes. They are a local home buying company that offers homeowners an easier way to sell their home. Let Shane and his team at bridgehavenhomes.com take all that stress away. Bridgehaven Homes gives you an all-cash offer for your home, no matter what the condition, within 24 hours. You pick the date you wish to close and sell on your terms. No repairs, no showings, no realtor commissions. Go to bridgehavenhomes.com. That's bridgehavenhomes.com.
Truck season savings extended at Maida Chevy in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Got a huge selection of new 2022 and 23 half-ton Silverados in stock, ready to go. Find your savings at MaidaChevy.com. Find new roads.
Welcome back into game night. Sactown Sports 1140. We are live inside the Golden One Center. It is off the charts outside in the Toco area. A beautiful night in our capital city. Game 2 about ready to go down here. Kings and Warriors. Kings up 1-0 in the best-of-7 series. And again, trying to do something no other team has done to the Warriors in the Steph Curry era, and that is go up 2-0 in a playoff series. That's what's on line tonight for Sacramento. We'll continue to break down Kings and Warriors, but we want to go around the league and take a look at the playoff scoreboard. It's brought to you by Maida Subaru, caring for our community and our customers for over 30 years. Maida Subaru. All right, there were 7 other games over the weekend, and Henry, as I alluded to before the break, there were some big-time upsets on Saturday and Sunday. Let's start with Clippers and Suns. That caught a lot of people off guard as LA went into the land of the sun and got a huge win on Sunday night. Russell Westbrook, he didn't shoot the ball well. He was 3 of 19 from the floor, but he made play after play down the stretch, and Kawhi Leonard was awesome, 38 points, and they get the 115-110 win.
You know, Scott, that just goes to show that it's more to the game of basketball than just scoring. We understand scoring the basketball is huge, but Russell particularly didn't shoot the ball well, but he did so many other things out there for the Clippers that he was able to put his stamp on that game and help will them to a basketball win.
That block on Booker and then throwing it off his leg and out of bounds in the last minute of the game, that was one of the great defensive plays I've seen in a long time.
The energy and effort, Scott, that's all it takes. You don't have to be, you don't have to be seriously talented to play defense. Playing defense is all about heart and soul. And if you give that, you can definitely go out there and make something happen for your team.
No doubt. And everybody thinks Kevin Durant's the best player in the world and MVP, and he might be all of that. But I think we've forgotten just for a little bit about Kawhi Leonard, and when he is fully healthy, that he's right up there deserving of some of those same titles.
Ooh-wee, the cyborg. Did you see the way that dude played, man, that game?
He was amazing.
It seemed like he couldn't miss. I'm like, what did y'all feed this dude here? How did y'all charge his battery? He must have lithium batteries in him because he was knocking it down, Scott, at a very high rate.
He is the Mr. Midi. Everybody says KD is Mr. Midi. Well, Kawhi is as well, and he was hitting it from outside too. So a big win for the Clips. And again, I think before the season started, if you had said this was a Western Conference final, it would not have surprised anybody.
No, not at all. Not at all, because both of those teams are championship aspiration teams. And, to think that both of those guys could have been in the finals, it would have been a nice series.
Yep. All right. The Lakers, they go into Memphis, and they go on a 15-0 run late in that game. They defeat the Grizz 128-112. And it was Austin Reeves who took over that game for the Lakers in the fourth quarter. He was amazing. His efficiency stats were off the charts. And, of course, injury to insult literally for the Grizz as John Morant went down. He totally bent back his right wrist that was already hurting. Did not play in the second half of that game. And you got to feel now with the Lakers up 1-0 and the uncertainty of John Morant in the series, no Steven Adams, no Brandon Clark, you got to feel like the Lakers are the favorite now.
You really do when you look at, letting the Lakers get comfortable, giving the Lakers confidence because, the Lakers are a 50-50 type team, Scott, if you ask me. If they come out and they have it going, they can give you a hell of a ball game. But if they come out and they're struggling, they can equally fold. So seeing that they were able to get that game on the road and now come back and the major, the head of the snake is down, you might be breathing life into the Los Angeles Lakers.
And again, we're not going to put things too far on a fast forward here, but the Lakers and the Kings could be a second-round matchup. Potentially, they are on the same side of the bracket.
Man, that would be lovely. But, Scott, you got to get the job done.
Oh, yeah. No, it's way too far.
Both teams got to get the job done.
You can only say that on this show. You can't say that anyplace else.
No. We're looking way too far.
We are. All right, and then rounding out Western Conference, Nuggets blowing out the T-Wolves 109-80. They had no problems against Minnesota team that had Gobert back, but they just looked outmatched against a Nuggets team that's ready to make a run.
Come on, man. Denver has been in the number 1 seed, Scott, for a reason. You know, we talk about this all the time. I'm like, nobody gives Denver their respect. Denver is definitely going to have to take it. And they came out and they really took it to Minnesota. Minnesota was playing pretty good basketball. Yeah. But at the end of the day, Denver's just a better overall team.
I think they are too. And with the injuries they have too, with Jaden McDaniel punching a wall, broken wrist, they just don't seem to have it fully together. And then they had to play 2 games in the play-in and then travel to Denver. Everything's really stacked against Minnesota. No question about that. All right, on the Eastern Conference side, the Knicks on Saturday, they beat the Cavaliers, and that was a great win on the road there. That was an outstanding game as they went 101-97. Donovan Mitchell had 38 in that game. The Spider was awesome for the Cavs, but I tell you what, the story of the game again was Jalen Brunson, who came up with 27 big points for the Knicks.
You know, Scooter, whenever you get to walk into someone else's home in a playoff series and win that first one on the road, that's a statement game. If you can go on the road and win that game, that's a huge statement. So now it's going to be one of those scenarios of, okay, how can you guys bounce back and get that home court back?
Yep, no doubt. Celtics blow out the Hawks 112-99. They were up 30 at the half. Milwaukee, how about that? Losing at home yesterday to Miami. 1 game, no problem, but the bigger issue, Giannis fell flat on his back, x-rays negative. We'll see if he's able to go on Wednesday night, but that becomes a little more interesting. If Giannis sits out on Wednesday and the Heat were able to sneak out 2 on the road, you start thinking maybe, just maybe, the team that seemed most primed to make a title run might be in big trouble.
Hey, no maybe about it. If you got to go into battle without your number 1 guy, same thing with Memphis. I mean, as abysmal as the Lakers have been, if they have to go into battle without Ja and coming off a Laker team that has some momentum, it's going to be scary. It's a different type of scenario.
No doubt. Now, I do feel like Milwaukee's in a better place than Memphis. I'd say Memphis certainly backs up against the wall, but Giannis, if he doesn't play, Miami, that's just one of those playoff experienced teams. And when you've got a coach like Eric Spoelstra and you have Pat Riley at the helm, you never know.
You know, I look at it as equally as dangerous, Scott, because Giannis does so much for that team. And whenever you lose a player like that of that magnitude and you have a LeBron James and an Anthony Davis on the other side, it's tough.
Yep, no doubt. And then obviously the final game was on Saturday. The Sixers had no problem feeding the Nets. They win that 121-101. But tonight's a little bit different story. That's the game going on right now. And the Sixers have taken the lead in the third quarter. They were down at halftime. They're leading 61-56. Embiid already with the double-double. He's got 10 points and 16 rebounds. But the Nets showing some fight on the road tonight.
I like what Brooklyn has. Understand they're the underdogs. Understand that they're just now getting these guys together. They're trying to put something together, but I think they got very good pieces, Scott. You know, they got a lot of good things from those teams when they got rid of James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. They got a lot of tangible pieces. So for them to put it together, they're going to be all right.
No doubt. And right now, I love the first weekend of the playoffs. Everybody playing. It's kind of like March Madness, that first weekend when everybody's in action. It's so much fun. You look for some of the upsets. We had some on Saturday. Some would say the Kings beating the Warriors was an upset. I'm not sure about that. The Kings the higher seed, but that's how it's felt in a lot of circles. But nevertheless, the Kings are up 1 love in this best of 7. When we come back, we'll focus in Kings and Warriors. Our final thoughts as we get closer to tip-off. 7 o'clock tip tonight in the capital city. Sactown Sports, 1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Is there anything more boring than marathon coverage? You know, there's like the 1,000 people running, and there's like the one guy that like sprints.
Yeah, I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
no, you're not.
Yeah, 5 minutes later, he's like 90th. Show that, In fact, what they should do, they should show marathon coverage and NASCAR coverage simultaneously. And when the marathon is 10 minutes into marathoning, go to the NASCAR. And then after 10 minutes of NASCAR, go back to the marathon.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on Sactown Sports.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business.
During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
You can't host movie night on your phone's hotspot. It's time for real home internet on the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now. New customers can get 200 megabit Xfinity internet for just $25 a month for 2 years during our Xfinity 10G network launch celebration, now through April 23rd. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply to internet service and devices. Actual speeds vary.
What fabrics do you like, Nova? Big one. That's great, Nova, because all sofas are on sale with hundreds of colors and fabrics.
The savings are amazing at Naturewood Home Furnishings Sofa Sale. Save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive Flex Steel furniture, sofas, sectionals, recliners. All come with Flex Steel's superior blue steel, highest quality spring construction. Naturewood, you know, the building with the water wheel.
Tell them Brooklyn and Nova sent you.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
Welcome back into Game Night right here. Sactown Sports 1140 coming to you live from the Golden One Center. Less than an hour from tip-off tonight. Kings and Warriors Game 2 coming your way. Gary Gerald with the call. And again, a whiteout in full effect. The white rally towels on every seat as fans making their way inside the building. A good crowd inside already. And Henry, as you noticed during the break, you know you've arrived and you know you are big time in your national when Jimmy is in the house. He is the ultimate NBA fan who travels across the country every year to watch playoff games wherever they're the most meaningful. And tonight, the man in the cowboy hat is standing courtside here in Sacramento.
I mean, it's like this guy. He's at the most meaningful playoff games. You don't see this guy. I mean, he's like a unicorn.
Yep. He's the godfather of the NBA.
Right. You don't see him unless it's a big-time game. So for him to be in this building, I would more even think that he would be more down in San Francisco than he would be in Sacramento. But like I said, you know you've hit the big time when Jimmy is in your building.
No question. I mean, Barry Bonds was here on Saturday. Jimmy, I venture to say, might even be a bigger guest.
I would say a bigger icon
Yes.
as far as NBA wise.
Yes.
You know, baseball you can't
Sure,
touch Barry
of course
Bonds.
not.
Barry Bonds is the biggest thing going.
Of course.
But for the NBA fans and, you know, just the celebrityism of all NBA games, this dude's name reigns supreme.
No doubt. All right, it's time for the Who's on the Floor report. It's brought to you by Bridgehaven Homes. Selling your home can be stressful. Let Bridgehaven Homes take that stress away from you. Go to bridgehavenhomes.com. That's Bridgehaven, Haven, homes.com. They'll also be here tonight rooting on the Kings. They will get a chance to see Jordan Poole play tonight. He has gone through his warm-ups, and the Warriors have just announced that Jordan Poole will be available tonight for Golden State. I don't think either one of us very surprised about that.
Not at all. Not by the way he was out and warming up and everything. Now, I would be very much surprised if Andre Iguodala gave it a run. You know, he was out here working out, and he's been working out.
Yes, he has.
But he hasn't been available for Steve Kerr. So I wonder when they're going to pull, hit his switch and say, hey, you're activated. Can you give us something?
Yeah, and he has been listed as out Iguodala, just to make that official. Matthew Dellavedova is officially out for the Kings tonight as well. That's your Who's on the Floor report, brought to you by Bridgehaven Homes. All right, our final moments here before we turn it over to Kings Live pregame. Obviously, playoff series are games of adjustments. These teams now will be playing for the 6th time this season. Beyond that, we know Mike Brown and Steve Kerr, they've coached together for 6 years. They know absolutely everything about each other. So having said all of that, does it make the chess moves a little bit more difficult to make amongst these coaches?
Yes, it does. Because, you know, there are no more secrets, Scott. We know what they run. They know what we run. Now it comes down to one thing and one thing only, which I will give it two, not just one.
Okay.
But it comes down to execution. Which team can execute the best? And then who has the most heart? Who wants it the most?
Yep. Well, I think both teams want it big time, no doubt about it. Who do you think needs the game more tonight?
The Kings. The Kings need it. They need to get each and every win that they can and start feeling comfortable about playing this basketball team. We know the champs. We've seen the champs do it. You know, their Herculean play has been proven. It's been documented. The Kings are just trying to get there.
Yeah, no doubt. A major stride on Saturday to pull out that win. It wasn't easy whatsoever. And if you're the Warriors, I mean, sure, you wanted to win. That's the only goal, really. But I don't think they left completely feeling terrible about how they played on Saturday night.
Scott, the Warriors don't panic until the Kings walk into Chase Center and win one. Then it's time for the Warriors to panic. Until then, it's nothing heavy on either side.
Yeah. You have a feel in terms of who might step up tonight, either side?
You know what? I just want our bench to play the exact same way they played Saturday night. If they can give us that type of productivity, Scott, we're going to be a hard basketball team to beat.
There's no doubt about that. And the combination of Monk and Fox, they're the first duo that went to the same college to score 30-plus points in a playoff game since Clyde Drexler and the Dream, Hakeem Olajuwon.
I mean, things are going very, very well right now for the Sacramento Kings. They're playing some of their best basketball, man. I just hope this thing keeps rolling.
I do as well. One thing for the Kings, you know, it felt Saturday night. We know that 10-point leads are really nothing in the NBA. To be honest with you, 20-point leads in first half are nothing in the NBA. But in a playoff environment, it feels like it's so much more, right? Because each possession just seems so much more meaningful. I don't know if the Kings can dig themselves out of another double-digit second-half deficit.
Well, it was only 10, though, Scott.
It wasn't a huge deficit. Right. You're right about that.
And the Warriors gave it to them quick. It was like boom, 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 and it was 10. But the Sacramento Kings answered. And that's the thing that really shocked the Golden State Warriors when the Kings came back and answered right then and there. And they couldn't shake them. That's the thing, man. We got two high-powered offenses. It's going to all be about who executes the best, Scooter.
It always comes down to execution in these playoff series, and certainly that will be on display tonight. Defensively, obviously the Warriors got to be a little bit better. Are the Warriors capable of being better defensively?
I don't question anything about the champs because they know how to get it done. You know, I keep saying champs, and they know how to get it done because they got 4 rings, Scott. It's proven. If you have 4 rings in this league, you have done something very, very, very special. You have a dynasty.
Yeah.
So I put nothing past that basketball team.
All right. Now, Kyle Draper, our good friend who does the TV side and hosts, he's doing pre and post on TV right now. He threw out there on his Twitter that the Warriors were not a legacy team. And he took a lot of flack for that.
Oh, yeah.
So, dynasty, I think 4 out of 8 years is a dynasty. Legacy's a little different moniker than dynasty. He's talking from the perspective of the Celtics, who have done it for decades, the Lakers, who have done it for decades. Where do you stand on that divide?
Kyle is my guy. He's my guy. I love him, but come on, bro.
Yep.
Because I tell you what, is the Detroit Pistons a legacy team? I'm talking bad boy team.
I don't think they are. I think they're a dynasty team. I don't know if they're a legacy team.
No. They're a legacy team. They're not a dynasty team.
Okay, tell me your definition of both.
My definition of a legacy team is when you have more championships and you've been dominant.
Mm-hmm.
This basketball team has been dominant over everybody. They have changed the game.
Yes.
That's legacy for me.
Okay.
Dynasty is when you have more than 2 championships.
Okay.
And the Golden State Warriors have 4.
They do in 8 years.
4 in 8 years.
And they won in the 70s too with Rick Barry.
But I'm saying 4 in 8
This
years.
team. Yes.
That's a dynasty.
Yep. Absolutely. I would agree with that too. So Kyle had a little bit different take on it. And I think he's talking in historical context. And maybe that's the question. Where would you put the Warriors' run in terms of league history, in terms of some of the great runs?
It's right there. They're top 5. Okay. Boston will always have the number 1 with Russell, what all he did.
Yep.
Chicago Bulls will be there. The Lakers, of course, will be there.
5 in the 80s.
With all the banners they have.
Yep.
You throw San Antonio in there.
5 in over a decade.
Golden State Warriors.
I like it. I think that's fair. I think those are the 5 dynasty teams. You named them right in order right there.
Yes, you have to.
Yes.
That's the way it goes.
Yep. I 100% agree with that. All right. Final thoughts as we wrap things up here in the final moment of game night.
Let's get it on, baby.
Let's get this going on. The week before Saturday just felt like a year of preparation for it. But on Monday night, tonight, it feels right. It feels like this is the right turnaround time.
Yes, let's get it going. Let's do it. I mean, I'm with it. I'm waiting for all the fans to get in here. I'm ready for all the roar.
The fans are already here. They're coming up to us. They're pumped up. They're ready to roll.
Throw the ball up, tip up. Let's go.
All right, that's going to do it for game night. Henry, it's always great to work with you. Have a great call tonight. All right, that's the high flyer. He'll be with Jason Ross. Kings Live pregame coming your way next. 7 o'clock tip tonight, national TV. This game on TNT, but of course you want to stay tuned. The great Gary Gerald with the call tonight. Kings basketball all evening long, trying to go 2-0 on the defending champs. Game day brought to you. Golden One Center right here on Sactown Sports 1140. Make it a great night, everyone.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender. In the paint. Soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento. It's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
California, the birthplace of all things cool. Beautiful people, perfect beaches, and cruising with the top down on Route 66. It does get quite hot here, though, so now that spring has sprung, Ace Plumbing Heating and Air is offering a full air conditioning system inspection and tune-up for just $66. Call 455-4548 and just say Route 66 to get your kicks and stay cool. Ace Plumbing Heating and Air, 455-4548 or at aceplumbing.com.
Folsom Lake Ford has trucks. The F-150s are here. Explorers, Expeditions, and a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports.